Darkness struggles from its chrysalis, fluttering black pollen wings fanning daylight into the bottomless abyss at the world's edge. A black breeze stirs the ashes of something once treasured, now almost forgotten. The last remnants of the washed-out day drip unevenly onto liquid tar, floating in swirling spirals on the colloidal curbside pool. Beneath the dirty rainbow meniscus, the sky looks up from where it has fallen, reflecting upon the day. Something is taking its course. An old woman sits on the steps of St. Paul's, becalmed in the ebb of worshippers and lost souls. "Who will buy my sweet red roses? Feed the birds, twopence a bag." As the shadows advance, the great door closes, and she is left alone with the dead. Poets and painters, soldiers and tramps, and then the lighting of the lamps. Who are they that troop in the mist over Westminster Bridge? From banks and towers and cathedral domes, from chambers and halls to brick-terraced homes. Here we go round the old bull and bush, the old bull and bush, the old bull and bush. Here we go round the old bull and bush, at 6 o'clock in the evening. And always the water music plays, a soundtrack to our working days, and the refuse barge that turns its wake across the swell to Canvey Island, mucking, then the English Channel, ploughs the bloody trail of the setting sun slowly as a hearse. A chorus of gulls with mad black eyes, mills and wheels and saws in flight, follows the transit of rancid waste. Our flotsam whets the appetite. And this also has been one of the dark places of the earth. All along, the watchtower, bitten by the rain, licked by its acid tongue, eroded by the dust and ashes of history, watches over everyone. Our resolve dissolved in the barren earth and the lifeless sea, our standard lowered, an end to chivalry. I spy with my London eye in a vacant lot beside an old brick terrace, litter like the fallen leaves of people gyrating in the cornered breeze. I have watched the shadows dancing, ragged silhouettes scuttling across the empty, echoing streets, murdering and sacrificing, the outlook of those muttering retreats. Lovers and liars fraternize deep in the neon mist. Romeo smiles, Juliet is beguiled, trysts and deals arranged and sealed with a Judas kiss. Fat-necked skinhead, pierced and painted, rocked in his seat as we rattled and rolled to Camden Town from Tottenham Court Road. Ho, 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 said the jolly green giant, turning inside out across the platform and never breaking stride. Why do we sleep? And why do we waken? I have watched the night, the perforated cloudburst tomb, sweeping molten mists across the moon, while prophets and poets prowl unseen and bow to me inside a dream. I have seen the day, seen the daylight slide away, beads of fear upon my brow. All those dreams buried now in unmarked graves on unknown slopes. Who has killed our children's hopes? The Archbishop and the Pontiff confer confidentially in the confessional booth, and with quiet circumspection argue over contraception, the resurrection, and immaculate conception, searching for the gospel truth. The Madonna weeps at the front of the pews. The courtesy light extinguished, another love relinquished, fraught conversation abruptly finished, stubbed into the ashtray. The girl that I had longed to kiss, while watching words seep from her lips, in that white smoke that curled in wisps, climbed out and walked away. Broken, her many images, scattered like startled birds, settled disorganized amongst the darkness, littered on the curb. Autumn came early and lingered on, creeping at night between the twigs and their shadows, painting the branches in unreal colour and leading the dying dance of pendular pirouettes, leaves charred by the spiralling sun. I see restless souls in open graves, much possessed by death, gaping skulls reflecting the night in negative. Black stars in white skies, hollow stares, empty vision, their dreams floating endless and unseen, never to be realized, no more to be dreamed. I am black but absorb no light. I am seen but reflect no light. And this is my affliction. Since the dawn of the new age, we've looked up to you, enamoured by your projected image and the black and white universe you illuminated. How we longed to travel in that same orbit. Light and lenses brought you closer, and the coloured silver picture betrayed a tarnished sheen. Brought you even closer, until, within temptation's reach, we peered behind the screen. Oh, Icarus, we flew too close to the stars, caught them with their trousers down, their hands in the cookie jar. I remember now. He came round after a night out on the town, you see, to my place for coffee. Nothing more. Old pal of my husband's he was. 6 years gone, or is it 7? My husband's old mate. We'd looked after him once, taken him in, and then he just turned up again when Bill was away. I looked after him. I had to, didn't I? And I'll remember this as long as I live. He said, "Martha, you've been good to me." You'd have liked him. He could tell a joke and spin a yarn. We went for a drink like old mates do. He was Dutch, from Holland, you know. He said he was hungry, so I took him home. Made him a sandwich and a cup of tea, or something stronger. I don't recall, but I'll remember this as long as I live. He said, "Martha, you've been kind to me." You'd have liked him. He'd have made you laugh. We drank too much, talked about the past, and when it was late he had nowhere to go. So I said he could sleep on my floor. Nothing more. And I'll remember this as long as I live. He said, "Martha, Martha," he said, "Martha." I'll remember this. I'll remember this as long as I live. I thought that I would not grow old. I thought that I would never die. I thought that I would live forever, forever glad to be alive.